Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Sean Bazzi, and I'm the creator behind Queen City Golf Club blog that just recently dropped. But today, as you can see already, different type of content than I normally am putting out there. Just want to take a step back and give you all a behind the scenes look at what this whole project's really about, why I started it, what I'm trying to achieve, not just short term in the next year or so, but long term goals for the company as well. And we'll also dive into how golf really has been a big help to me and a lot of others with our mental health. So grab a seat and let's dive into it. So Queen City Golf started as a passion project for me. For anyone that does know me knows how difficult that might have been for me at the start. Just with my social anxiety. For those of you that don't know, I've dealt with anxiety, ADHD, and more recently depression, but mainly anxiety and ADHD for most of my life. Undiagnosed as well. Wasn't diagnosed with anything medically until I was 29, which was 4 years ago, which is crazy. I'll be 33 coming up. Rewinding all the way back, I started golfing when I was about 4 or 5. My grandfather got me into it. Nothing crazy. I wasn't like Tiger with full set of clubs and playing weekly, all that. My grandpa just got me interested in it. Baseball was my first love, though. Played baseball up until college. Was going to try to play in college, but blew out my elbow, and I was a pitcher the summer going into college. So that wasn't a possibility anymore. But with that, fast forward past college, just graduate. That was back in 2014, and that's pretty much when golf entered permanently into my life. After I graduated, I waited a few months to enter the workforce full time. So I had caddied at Morris County Golf Club up in Jersey for a long time. Started there when I was about 12. I was probably about the size of the bags. Like I said, started there when I was 12. Worked there every summer, during the fall on the weekends, spring on the weekends, anytime outside of baseball. So that played a big part. But where was I going with this? As you can see, ADHD really does affect me. But yeah, with golf, that's when I got the itch there. At that point, I wasn't that good, to be honest. At that point, when I got back into it heavily, I was doing my best to break 100. I struggled off the tee. I was trying to kill the ball every time I stood up next to it. Baseball background, am I right? For anyone that could relate to that. But look, golf has always been something I've turned to for peace of mind. It's been my favorite thing, just in terms of if I need a break, whether that be from work, just if I'm pissed off at something that went on during the day or the days prior and heading into the weekend, golf's that escape for me. Even though I do shoot content, when I play golf, I'm not on the phone like some people are, where texting friends, having conversations with people outside of that foursome. My favorite part about golf is being in nature and just turning off from everything that's outside of that golf course. The mental focus golf requires and the way it forces me to be present, and just how therapeutic it is to be outside. Honestly, that's been a huge game changer for me over the last number of years. It's been tougher as of late just because I made the decision to stop drinking alcohol and go sober 6 months ago. And obviously, alcohol is ingrained into not just our society, but golf culture. It's everywhere you look. And for me, that was difficult the past 6 months, getting accustomed to playing golf and being out there for 4, 5, 6 hours and not having any drinks while my playing partners might be. It's gotten easier, though, as time goes on. And look, my golf game's getting better, so there's no complaints on my end. I'm excited to see where that takes me. But look, going back to kind of reasoning why I started this journey. And that's the one thing that has always stood out to me. It's not just because I deal with stuff internally and personally, but mental health in the golf world, especially, not nearly talked enough about. But even outside of golf, I think if you think about the amount of people right now, even especially because of post pandemic, but people are very internal with emotions, especially men. I mean, that's generational, though. My father, his father, list goes on. And this is something I've spoken about with my dad. He's now we're on the same page, and I think looking back, he wishes he had seen the signs a bit more, but also he had never experienced mental health personally. So and this isn't just him. I think that anyone that has not experienced a panic attack specifically, for example, they will have absolutely no idea how a person that is experiencing that, like what they're going through, how they're feeling, and the after effects of it. It's hard you can't compare it to anything else. So it's hard for someone that hasn't experienced it to relate and really, I wouldn't say believe that it's there and it's real. I just think as society over the years, nobody really brings up mental health as an important topic point. But the second word, it's health. We go to the doctor to get our physical health looked at. Why aren't we more on top of going to doctors to help on the mental side of things? I mean, you see it now with athletes. They are using sports psychologists to help them improve, especially if you look at golfers like Wyndham Clark. He's been notorious for using a mental coach. I don't know if it was a temper or just like his mentals when he was struggling on the course was limiting him, was holding him back essentially. And I think once he started doing that, you saw he rattled off a major win and made the Ryder Cup. He's at top 20 in terms of list of names of top players on the PGA Tour right now. So that's, I mean, put it simply, that's my why. It's the mental health. It's bringing it up more, bringing awareness to it, the different types of mental health disorders, what people can do to support loved ones and friends and people that might be going through struggles, even though they might not have gone through it themselves. Just help by providing some context, some knowledge and information that they can take and hopefully help out a loved one. And just be able to use a platform to bring awareness, start conversations, and especially about how golf can be a tool for breaking this stigma. surrounding mental health. Golf's all about community. We go out there sometimes just as a single, and you'll meet 3 random people. Never met them in your life, probably won't talk to them again after. Might run into them again if you play the same course and live in the area, but for the most part, you will never see those people again. And it's just, you get 4 or 5 hours with complete strangers to talk all about something that you have in common, golf. You guys are out there enjoying something you're passionate about. It's a hobby. Everyone's trying to improve themselves, especially with golf, and get better. So that's why I've used golf as kind of my driver to get the points across. But for me, growing up, and still now, creative mind. Growing up, I wanted to be an architect. Did a lot with art, drawing, cartoons. I would take all my sports cards, baseball cards, football cards, and redraw the athlete that was on the card, just how they were on there. And I had gotten to a point a couple years ago that I felt I had lost myself, and just was kind of going through the motions. I think, looking back, that was definitely the alcohol part of it for me, and drinking. And once I stopped for 10 months back in 2021, that really changed the trajectory of what my life was going towards. It opened my eyes to the problem I had, what alcohol was doing, not just to me physically, but to my mental health. So where am I going with this? I used the social media to start. I started the Instagram account first, just to release kind of a creative outlet. And at first it was just to post golf videos. I didn't want to bombard everyone on my personal account with what I was going to be posting. I wanted to just be able to post a lot more golf stuff. And so that's where Queen City Golf came. Obviously, Charlotte's nickname is Queen City. People from Cincinnati will also tell you that they are the Queen City. They are indeed also the Queen City. Just Charlotte was the Queen City about 53 years before them. So, but yeah, that's where the name came from. I think it came to me right away. Looking back, felt that within Charlotte, from my first year of living here, from what I had seen from an outsider's perspective coming in, there was just a lot lacking in the mental health department in terms of events going on. I know since I've moved down now, there's the mental health 5K. I've participated the past 2 years in the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, their walks, past 2 Novembers. Looking forward to this year's as well. So I just thought that I came to Charlotte. This is my new home. Came from Jersey. I wanted to put myself out there, be able to meet more people. Obviously, like I said, I'm new. When you get older, it's harder to make friends, as crazy as that sounds. Decided to make the Instagram account, and then it dawned to me one day, look, I want to help people that have struggled just like myself. I was coming off of almost 10 months sober at that point. Had been going to therapy very frequently. I was in a gym routine, eating well, feeling the best I had felt in my life to that point. So I thought that was my chance to do something and use that creative part of my brain. Use the artistic side to create different types of content, both videography, photography, written with like the blog that I've been working on, and just pouring my thoughts out there just in hopes that it can help. Even if it helps one person, that's all I can kind of aim for. I've got a full-time job. One day I dream of this becoming my full-time job, but for now it's just a hobby, and it's a mission of mine that I'm looking forward to working on. The mission behind Queen City Golf is pretty simple. Just to make golf a vehicle for mental wellness. Whether you're an avid golfer or just someone who's looking for a way to get outside, clear your mind. I want to show you that golf is more than just a game. It's a way to improve your mental health, build focus, and find a community that truly cares. One major positive of golf is the community that you can bring, with everyone having that same thing in common. And with how golf can bring all walks of life together, it's just such a freeing experience to go somewhere as a single, go to the golf course and get paired with three randoms and hear their stories, what brought them there, whether that be vacation, work, travel, could be anything. You play with people that are retired, people, high school kids, college kids. It's awesome being able to play, and it's all skill levels too. It's fun to play with people that are even better than me, so scratch golfers. I've got a couple buddies that are pretty dang good, and it's fun to play with them. But through this channel, through my Instagram, and through the Queen City Golf Club blog, my aim is to share my experiences with mental health and how golf has helped me through those struggles. But honestly, it's not just about me. It's about all of us. All of you, all of us. We all go through tough times. Sometimes we just need an outlet or a hobby to help us manage it all. Life's tough enough. Can't make it harder on ourselves. And if golf can be that for me, why not others too? So where do we go from here? Well, this is just the beginning. I've got a lot of exciting things planned for Queen City Golf. I want to continue to bring all of you along on my journey, not only as a golfer, but someone who's striving to use this sport to make a positive impact. You'll see more tips on how to use golf for mental clarity, the ways I incorporate mental health strategies into my game, and a lot more personal stories, a lot more videos like this. I'm not someone that enjoys talking to the camera, but look, I'm trying to be my most authentic self, be vulnerable to help, in hopes that will help people open up and be vulnerable themselves, show that it's possible to go from those dark places I've been in to get back to the light and have hope for the future, that success is headed our way. I'm also going to have, I'll also have interviews with people who've had similar experiences, and that's not just other creators, influencers. This is going to be local people to the Charlotte area that I have met, that I will continue meeting, that have had and share similar experiences, not just with myself, but with other people. My biggest goal for this year and for Queen City Golf for 2025 is, as some of you might know, looking to host a charity golf outing. I'm in talks with the Grayson Murray Foundation. I'm hoping to work with them on this event to raise money for their foundation. It's going to be in late September here in the Charlotte area. I have spoken briefly with Tot Hill Farm. That is an option. Otherwise, I think I'll be looking at clubs around uptown Charlotte, something close so that people can, if they do want to travel for the event, it will be easy to get around. But very excited for that, so stay tuned. I'll be sharing more details as the next couple months go on. Over the next few weeks, I'm hoping to get the date and the location solidified so I can share that with everyone. But keep it on your calendars. The last 2 weeks of September, if you do want to join, it's going to be a good time. I'm thinking two-person scramble, two-person team scramble. I'm not a big fan of four-person scrambles. Just too many cheaters, and I hate to say it, but it's the truth. It happens every time there's a scramble. I see people walking in with a score of 54. It's not even possible. So nice try though. Look, but In all seriousness, I also want to hear from you. Whether you've been struggling with mental health or just find peace on the course, I want to create a community where we can support each other. Have those difficult conversations, be open, be vulnerable, and just be able to help more people out. So look, drop a comment, shoot me a message on Instagram. If you ever need to just vent, I tell people this all the time, come just shoot me a DM. I'm happy to offer any advice if I can. Just an open forum. That's what I'm here for. That's why I created all of this. But look, even just to start the conversation in the golf community amongst yourselves, that's what I'm aiming for in the long run. Let's make this space one that's all about positive growth. There's a lot of negativity right now in the world, has been for a number of years, but I'm very hopeful in the future. Look, thank you so much for supporting Queen City Golf and for allowing me to share my story with you. It means the world to me. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, follow along on Instagram, and check out the blog for more mental health tips, awareness, information, and of course, golf content. Remember, it's not just about lowering your score. It's about improving your mental game too, and just enjoying this tough life we live. See y'all next one.